City can celebrate the domestic double. So just a reminder how things have played out for City this season. They've won the Premier League. Oh, they got now to the quarterfinals of the League Cup. That's it. Rubbish. Final of the Champions League. That is next weekend, obviously, in Istanbul. And they've just won the FA Cup. It looks likely, according to the bookies, certainly, that they will do the treble. Let's welcome in, shall we? Oh, wait, we don't have Nedum. Nedum's lost connection. Oh, we've got to speak to Craig then. Hello, Craig.
All right, well, yeah, I'm over here. You know, one of the interesting things about City, and we've talked about over the years, Guardiola tinkering a little bit, particularly in that Champions League final a couple of years ago, whatever it was, against Chelsea, when Gundogan played as the number 6 and there was no defensive midfielder. But even in other games where he's chopped and changed around, for quite a while now, and I'm including next week, I think we pretty much know the City team, don't we?
Yeah, yes, as you say. He would overthink some of those big games.
Barring injuries, we knew this was the team coming in. That'll be the team that started today. Will 99.9% start in Istanbul. He's found his first 11, and that's unfortunate for, you know, Julian Alvarez, but in particular for the Phil Fodens and the Riyad Mahrezes of this world, who have been a staple of this Manchester City side, particularly Riyad Mahrez. Well, I was saying earlier as well, this guy Akanji that's come in. I mean, we talk about City spending millions and millions and millions and all the big stars. He wasn't one that was on the top of everybody's radar. But City saw a good footballer who was making errors at Dortmund and could come in and be coached by a manager who just set standards. And Akanji again today. And I think it was typified that right at the end of the game, the ball was hoofed forward in injury time and he calmly just headed it back to the goalkeeper. I think that just typified his and City's belief in themselves, and that was one of the differences today. City believe and they know they're a good side.
We've got Nedum now, I'm told, pitch side Wembley. Nedum, it was interesting today because City weren't at their best, but they got it done in the end.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and let's be clear, United weren't at their best either, and I think some of that's symptomatic with the nature of this game itself. You know, cup final at the end of a long season in some conditions with the weather and the tension, you could feel it in the crowd, you could feel it on the field. And I don't know how many people really enjoyed it. Obviously, you've got the enjoyment of the goals, but outside of that, like with minutes left to go, City fans are nervous, United fans are nervous, and that's kind of what you want to see in these sorts of big occasions. But fair play to City. I think you looked at their bench and you can see they've got players who can come on and change it. Whereas for United, they're relying upon a 19-year-old in Garnacho. Weghorst is coming on. It's not really getting them that excited. But I think overall, it feels like the better team won today. And like I say, you know, usually I'm quite fair, but I'm not neutral. Today is a fantastic day, Dan, and when that final whistle went, I went bonkers. So I hold my hands up. I've been unprofessional for the last 20 minutes, but please just let me have this day, please.
What happened to your voice? You've been cheering too much, Nedum.
Yeah, this is exactly right. If you ever hear my voice like this, it's because City have probably done something good. I'm absolutely delighted. And it's a sense of relief as well, because if Manchester United would have stopped Man City today, we'd never, from a blue perspective, hear the end of it. And you don't want a team to have that over you. So now, obviously, they go into next week, as in Man United, hoping that Inter Milan get it done. But for City, there's an element of pressure that's been lifted now. All the questions about the treble now make more sense. And the players are almost looking forward to that challenge, knowing that, you know, the season doesn't completely capitulate, but then knowing they're good enough to go there and get it done and create history as a group of players. And to shout out to Mark Ogden as well, who said before the game, the players going to concerts, perhaps it's a bad thing, they've lost sight of the game. Well, I wonder what United players were doing then instead.
Oh, little dig.
Oh, okay. Well, look, come on, Nedum. Oggy's not here to defend himself. I tell you what was interesting as well was, you know, Erling Haaland didn't get his goal in the big occasion, which can happen. But he had a chance at the end, 1-on-1 with Raphael Varane, to run at him in a pretty good position, and he showed his unselfish side.
Yeah. Out
to the corner flag, game management, very professional, not thinking about himself, oh, I need to get myself a goal, or they'll be talking about me, was well prepared just to do the dark side of the game, take it in the corner, win a bit of time for your side. And I thought, actually, to be honest, I thought the two centre-halves played him pretty okay today.
Yeah.
But it was coming from other areas, you know. The boys mentioned it in commentary. De Bruyne just dragging Fred all over the shop. Where does Casemiro go with Gundogan and his movement? And it just, this City side, these players in the front area just give you so much to think about as a player. It is difficult not to get dragged out of position if you're a United midfield.
I said yesterday as well, didn't I? About.
Is that when you said United were going to win this game?
You got a feeling this morning, didn't you?
I said yesterday that Haaland just adds that extra dimension, and he showed it in the first 10 seconds. We mentioned that, you know, the Etihad against Arsenal, if you switch off, they can also go direct now.
Yeah.
And that's what they did in the opening seconds of the game. So they're just so hard to stop, and as Craig says, there's just too much to think about.
You know how you said earlier you had a little feeling today about when you woke up this morning, you just had this feeling. You did spend some time with Stevie Nicol yesterday. I mean, that's hard on anybody, you know. It's like a sleepless night after doing a show with him. You know?
I think Shaka might have put something in.
No, don't blame me for that.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.